Let us focus now on not the journalists, not the politicians. Let us focus on the people who are stuck waiting in line at a food bank waiting for emergency food. By the grace of God, we do have a president who hears their cry. Here's President Trump.
Governors will be empowered to tailor an approach that meets the diverse circumstances of their own states. Every state is very different. They're all beautiful. We love them all, but they're very, very different. If they need to remain closed, we will allow them to do that. And if they believe it is time to reopen, we will provide them the freedom and guidance to accomplish that task, and very, very quickly, depending on what they want to do.
That is outstanding. Thank you, Mr. President. That is outstanding. He can't order anyone to do anything. He can offer guidance. He's offering help. You decide what's best for your state. And I'll tell you something else that's even more radical. Hang on for this. It's just a concept I came up with. Maybe even within the states, they can treat things differently. You see, here in Texas, it's kind of big. And so if Dallas County, if Houston, where I live, if they're struggling, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to have the same policies here as they do in remote West Texas. I know that's wild. I know it's crazy. Look, California, maybe if LA's having a problem, San Francisco's having a problem, maybe all the rural parts of California don't have to be treated the same way LA and San Francisco are treated. I know this is radical stuff. Nevertheless, maybe we could try that. Sounds like President Trump understands that. Good for him. Let the states decide for themselves. Each state should let the cities decide for themselves. Let us get back to treating this thing as you should treat any virus. Focus on the affected areas. Focus on protecting the vulnerable. Focus on quarantining the sick. You know the way every society has handled a virus forever. Now setting that part aside. I struggle with something. And I really, really struggle with something because most of the time I assume, and maybe this is wrong, I assume that Democrats are obviously awful, but good at politics. They live it, right? They worship the government and they're good at politics. And to be honest, lots of times I feel like we're amateurs. I feel like they're playing like professionals and we're playing like amateurs. So I don't understand the Nancy Pelosi thing. I mean, I get how she's the Speaker of the House. She's been there for ages. She's extremely ambitious. She's banked up a million different favors. A person like that is going to get to be Speaker of the House. What I don't understand is if you're the Democrat Party, and this is before she lost, control of her mouth, apparently. If you're the Democrat Party, how do you let that woman be the face of your party? How can she be the leading voice of your party? You have to be smart enough to know. Speaker of the House or not, this person is not a good messenger for your party. It comes across as rich San Francisco snob. That's what it comes across. Here's hers. Testing is the key to opening up our country to resume our lives. The White House's vague and inconsistent document does nothing to make up for the president's failure to listen to the scientists and produce and distribute national rapid testing. What does that mean? That's not what people want to hear right now. Do you know one thing that has been almost universal, and I've had a bunch of people on this show, on my radio show, to talk about it? The American people have liked Donald Trump's press conferences during this coronavirus. Not even Trump voters. Trump haters have liked Trump's press conferences. Why? To a man, they all have said the same thing. It's not political. It's just informative. I mean, most people aren't into politics like you are, like I am. They're paying attention, maybe they vote, but people like that, they want to be informed. When I tune in and watch the President of the United States during a pandemic, I realize you're going to get other things the rest of the time. During a pandemic, when I tune in, I want to hear information. Okay, am I going to die? Is my wife going to die? Are my sons going to die? Is my mom going to die? I don't want to hear politics. The one thing people have loved about Trump throughout this process is he hasn't been political. He hasn't. And Nancy Pelosi can't help herself. That's all she does, is political. Oh, but, she's really in touch with the people. Here she is on The Late Late Show. Enjoy this.
This is the episode of Cribs I never knew I needed. Oh my, wow.
Other people in our family go for some other flavors, but chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. And I don't know why, but it seems to agree with me. I have a lot of energy, and we just got restocked with the ice cream right for Easter Sunday because we were, shall we say, enjoying. I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented.
Let me help all of you out there. And this isn't mainly for you. This is for my friends in the political pundit business, for the congressmen I know, for the senators I know. Let me help you out. When 30 million people are unemployed, and that number may be low, it's not a great time to go on a late night comedy show and stand in front of your allegedly $24,000 fridge and show off your ice cream collection, especially when you are the principal responsible for blocking extra funding to small businesses who are dying every single day. I know, that's tough to hear. I get it, but just a helpful tidbit. Here's some audio from old Nance.
They're just saying they think small business money needs to go now. Can you explain to those small businesses? I'm hearing from them, I'm sure you're hearing from them, who now feel that they're in limbo and don't understand why you would be refusing this money now when they think you can get the rest of the money later as well.
Well, perhaps it might be clearer if you understand. When we talk to McConnell, he says, well, I think that we should do some of that, but let's see how the money that is out there is working for state and local and hospitals before we do more. But let's not see how everything is working when we do state the small businesses. Well, we think they all need the resources.
They're so tone deaf. They're normally better than this at politics. That woman shouldn't be your spokesman, ever. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.